would sing a little bit in Sanskrit. How is it possible for someone who claims to follow Jesus to be singing in Sanskrit in the traditions of India? Any thoughts on that before we actually dive in?
Jesus came for all of us.
That's a good one, yeah. Any other thoughts?
The peepers said he went to India.
Some people say he went to India.
The peepers.
The peepers?
Tibetan India.
Oh. I thought you said the peepers.
I did say the peepers.
You
You remember
did.
that one time we had a conversation we were saying, oh, the peepers said?
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot. I'm sorry. Remember now. Any other thoughts?
Thoughts that Christ is in all of us, everybody worldwide, so you can sing in Hindi.
So, when I was there in India in 2010, I was in an ashram, and it was a Christian ashram that embraced much of Hindu culture. It was a lovely setting. Every morning we get up at 5. Maybe we should start doing that. And we sang. It was in the dark, of course, so we had to walk a bit from our huts, which had spiders in them. And we would walk. Sorry, it's just in my mind. And we'd get our flashlights out and we'd walk the path, and I'd look for cobras because I was told that there were snakes. I never saw one. You're right. You would have enjoyed that. You would have grabbed us. Ooh, look at this knife. Anyway, when we arrived in the building, the structure, the chapel, the church, the temple, whatever you want to call it, it was total darkness except for one candle that was lit. And then we would all sit down and the monks would start to chant. Oh, it was so sweet. It was so sweet. And we sang to Jesus, we sang to Shiva, we sang to Shakti, because in their way of thinking, as Tim says, God is in everyone. And the risen Jesus, cosmic Christ, is present in all people and traditions. And so, when we sing to Shiva and Shakti, there's in my mind anyway, there's an understanding that God is present in all traditions. And these expressions of divinity, and many of them are feminine, by the way, in India, which is very nice, really powerful, and rare in the United States, especially in the churches. As we know, sometimes too often God is seen as an old white man with an old white beard. God, I hope we can get rid of that real fast. Anyway, but in India, the divine has many faces, and many feminine faces. So in this little chant, it's we sing Shanti Shakti. Would you say that with me? Shanti Shakti. Shanti, the goddess of peace. Shakti, the goddess of power. So it's kind of like John Lennon, peace power, but with a feminine twist. And then when we sing Om Namah Shivaya, Namah is God. We honor, we reverence. And Shiva, or Shiva, is the one with long dreadlocks who dances in the graveyards. I just love the image. Don't ask me why, I just love it. There's something so earthy and so powerful about dancing barefoot with long dreads in the graveyards. Back to the sound of Sita. You know that's where Sita is named from.
Yeah.
The Indian story of Rama and Sita. Great love story, great connection. So here we go. I'll sing a line, just sing a quick line.
Shanti,
Shakti Namaha. Shanti Shanti Namaha.
Shanti Shanti Namaha. Shanti Shanti Namaha.
Oh Shanti Shanti Namaha. Shanti Shanti Namaha.
Shanti Shanti Namaha. Shanti Shanti Namaha.
Oh Shanti Shanti Namaha. Shanti Shanti Namaha.
Shanti Shanti Namaha. Shanti Shanti Namaha.
Shanti Shakti Namaha. Shanti Shakti Namaha.
Shanti Shanti Namaha. Shanti Shanti Namaha.
Shanti Shakti Namaha. Shanti Shakti Namaha.
Shanti Shanti Namaha. Shanti Shanti Namaha.
Shanti Shakti Namaha. Shanti Shakti Namaha.
Shanti Shanti Namaha. Shanti Shanti Namaha.
Shanti Shakti Namaha. Shanti Shakti Namaha.
Shanti Shanti Namaha. Shanti Shanti Namaha.
Shanti Shakti Namaha. Shanti Shakti Namaha.
Shanti Shanti Namaha. Shanti Shanti Namaha.
Shanti Shakti Namaha. Shanti Shakti Namaha.
Shanti Shanti Namaha. Shanti Shanti Namaha.
Shanti Shakti Namaha. Shanti Shakti Namaha.
Shanti Shanti Namaha.
Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah 2010. I had the joy of being in India, and the first place I visited was a men's prison. And we sang together. It was lovely. We laughed and sang, shared stories. The second place I was able to visit was a high school with young men, young women, and it was a typical high school auditorium, and the speakers were up on stage, and they were all men. I was one of them. And so when the director of the high school signaled to me to step up to the podium to speak, I really didn't have anything to say. Honestly, I didn't. So I looked at the boys that were on the right-hand side and the girls that were on the left-hand side, and I said, given the chance, would any of you like to speak? Hands shot up. Right? Mostly girls. Mostly girls. So I pointed to a couple of them, and they came running up. The girls were first and fast, and they came right up on the stage. The boys were a little slower, and they followed them. And then, one by one, they spoke. I wish you could have heard them. It was incredible. Such power and passion, and their hope for their country, their hope for equality as young women, was extraordinary. And then I visited an ashram called Shantivanam, which means forest of peace. And it's known mostly as a community of men. But, as I discovered when I landed there, women are also part of the community unofficially. And the story is that when the founder of the community, a man by the name of T. Griffiths, got the thing going, a young woman came to him and said, "I'd like to join." And he said, "No, this is a men's community." She said, "Fine, then I'll just come visit you every day." And she did, for 50 years. Mary Louise, she died recently. And she founded her own women's community, about 300 feet away from the men's community on the other side of the path. It was lovely. So when I went there, I didn't know about the women's community. And I'm sitting there with the men, and we're having a good time, and it was lovely, and apart from the spiders in my tent. But one day, we're at prayer, and the women show up, and one of them approached me and said, "Would you like to visit the women's community?" I said, "I didn't know there was a women's community. The men didn't tell me there was a women's community." Big surprise. So I went to one of the monks and said to the men, I said, "I'm going to go visit the women's community." He said, "Oh no, I don't think you should do that." I said, "Well, I'm going to do it. I'm sorry, but I got the invitation." And so I did. And here's the difference between the men's community and the women's community. I love both of them, don't get me wrong, okay? But sometimes we men can be a little, what's the word? I don't even know the word anymore.
Frat house.
Frat house, there it is. Thank you. Little frat housey. And so there we were in the men's community, and I was there for a couple of weeks in the men's community. And the difference is this, as I saw it, as I experienced it. The men ate their meals, and I joined them, in silence. And the food was basic. Okay, that's fine. After all, they're monks. But when I went to the women's community, they ate our food in laughter, and the food was exquisite. I mean, it's just the best conversations and lighthearted laughter. I didn't want to leave. It was lovely. And there were no spiders in my tent either. So well cared for. Anyway, while I was there, this little chant came, and so I'll share through the words before we sing it. And it is Jaya Jaya, which means basically hoo-ha, celebrate, praise, delight. Jaya Jaya. And then Jaya Jaya Amma, which is the feminine face of God. Jesus knew about that. He said at one point, I'd like to gather you all together like a hen gathers her chicks. And so Jaya Jaya Amma, and then Amma Jaya Jaya. So it's kind of playful. Right? So would you repeat after me, please? Jaya Jaya Amma.
Jaya Jaya Amma.
Amma Jaya Jaya.
Amma Jaya Jaya.
Lovely. And then at one point, we bust out in the words that Mohandas Gandhi loved so much. Sat Chit Ananda. Sat Chit Ananda. You say it with me. Sat Chit Ananda. Sat Chit Ananda. Which basically means, roughly paraphrased, little by little, as we get to experience the truth of who we are and what this world is, we become less miserable and we experience more true happiness. Even bliss, Ananda is bliss. So for me, the chanting becomes blissful. It can anyway at some point. I don't need mushrooms. I can't do marijuana. I'm a terrible drinker. So any kind of high for me is in music. So Satchitananda. So that's what I wanted to share with you tonight. Little trip to India in our imagination. Any thoughts on your part? Any questions?
How often a day did they do prayer?
When I was there in 2010, I think we did it 3 times. Yeah. And Barb, you were there too, right? Later on in years. Yeah. 3 times?
I was there in 2019.
19. Okay, so not too long ago. So 3 times a day.
And I didn't get up for that fact
I don't blame you.
because my room window was just yards away from the door of the chapel.
You could hear it.
I enjoyed
Yeah.
all the chant. Never got out there.
Lovely. Very good. You avoided the cobras that way too. Any other thoughts?
What was the key takeaway of your entire trip? What you guys have been talking about, the depth of the overall trip. What did you gain from it?
It's a good question. I don't think I've ever really answered that question. I've never even asked it. So I'm not sure I can answer that right now.
We can circle back.
Yeah, because talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much I could say. I mean, the experience with the girls in high school blew me away. They were like mighty, powerful, representing the divine feminine in India. The experience of the men's prison, again, moved me to the depths. These guys were there, many of them, for a long time. It wasn't a pretty place. To be able to be with them was very, very powerful. And then, of course, the ashram itself, I have to confess, I had the best time with the women. And the guys were cool, you know, but a little French. Is that the term you use?
Sure, tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. And in terms of, you know, the theology of it all, that's what really grabbed me. Because, I mean, in my background, God was masculine. You know? And so for me to experience another culture where the divine has many faces, and even the genders are blended at times. You know? Like at one deity might have a feminine face to the right, and a masculine on the left. And suddenly it opened up all kinds of emotional, imaginative possibilities. So yeah, so I'll never be the same. Totally ruined. Oh, and riding the train. I mean, if you haven't ridden a train in India, you haven't lived. I mean, riding trains here is great, you know, well, you get your ticket, you sit in your seat. But for the most part in India, at least many of the trains are so full of people. We're talking people hanging out the doors, standing on, you know, sitting on the roof, and you know, it's pretty exciting. So it's not this neat black and white controlled atmosphere. You know, the culture, the sights, the smells. Oh, the smell is amazing. Yeah, it's just so rich and blended. It's just like some kind of musical symphony that is in several different keys at once.
You didn't get overwhelmed with all the noise and the
I
honking?
did.
Oh.
I did. It was pretty overwhelming at times, especially in the cities where constant honking of horns drove me crazy. Yeah. They offered me a motorcycle if I would stay and teach. I was this close, because I've always wanted a motorcycle, and I could just cruising around the roads of India. You know, it would be so cool, but it wasn't to be. I can imagine it though.
We can get you one here.
Thank you. Oh, and the cows. I mean, I challenged a cow when I was there. Yeah. By cow, I mean this creature with the magnificent horns,
Yeah.
you know. And I was standing by the gate of the ashram, and there was this incredibly large horned creature, cow, standing by the gate, and I was by the gate, and it started to move toward the gate, and I said, no, and that was a mistake. It very quickly moved me aside. Okay, won't do that again. Some things you don't want to challenge. Anyway. Any other thoughts, questions? So, to answer your question, Hannah, I think, if I could sum it up, being in India, for me, it exploded the box I was in, and set me down in a river where things flow, right? That to me is the way to sum it up. Yeah.
Was this the river of the dead?
Could be. Maybe.
Okay.
Just, you know, something that's not a box, but something that flows, that moves. And, it carries you. You don't control it. God forbid. Any other thoughts before we close? Okay, let's go back to India. joy of singing this chant with the granddaughter of Mohandas Gandhi. She invited a group of us up into her flat in Mumbai, and we just listened to her tell stories about her grandfather. And then we sang this chant, and she sang it with us. Oh gosh. All I could do to keep it together. Jaya Jaya Amma Amma Jaya 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 Satchitananda 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 close of this day, we give you thanks for your great love for everyone, everywhere, in any and every tradition or no tradition. Help us to be open and vulnerable and not like frat boys. May it be so. Amen. See to it. I think you might have to enlarge her kennel at some point. Ready to bust out. Is this the smaller version?
Yeah, they even have.
Oh, it is the smaller version?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because the other one didn't seem as,
Right, it's taller, a
yeah.
couple inches.
Yeah.